Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. It's transfer deadline day and it's already happening. We've just had Ben Godfrey confirm signing £20 million to Everton from Norwich City. We've also had Justin Kluivert. Looks like he's on his way to RB Leipzig. He's due to undergo a medical today. Leeds are set to complete the signing of Rennes winger Rafiana, subject to a medical. And Chris Smalling looks like he's edging closer, according to Damasio, to Roma. Okay, what have we got going on today? We've got a busy day ahead. We've got Alan Moore of Russian Radio, Capital 105.3. I was on his radio station yesterday, and he's going to be joining us in the morning, giving us updates on all Russian transfers, anything going on over in Russia at the moment. And he's just a top guy to have on, especially for the morning. I couldn't have asked for a better guest in the morning. Hopefully it'll brighten up everyone's day. We've also got Jamie Brown from the Daily Hotspur on at 1 o'clock. We have John Luge, ex-former Barcelona player. He's going to be joining us to catch up, hopefully tell us a few stories of his time at Barcelona as a youngster and his journey as a professional footballer. We're also joined by Lee Allison, later on non-league manager, really good guy. We've got Simon Edwards, who'll be joining us from Colombia, giving us updates on all South American transfers going on in the world. We've got former Leyton Orient footballer and manager now, Steve Castle. He's going to be giving us his take on all the deals going on in non-league. He's going to be taking us on all the deals going on in the lower league of football, and hopefully tell us a few stories about his time and what he's going to be doing with all this situation right now. And we've got Dundee United scout and analysis, head of analysis, Stevie Grieve, who's going to be coming on that evening show at 7:45. We're also meant to be hopefully joined by the likes of former Premier League striker Nathan Ellington, West Ham correspondent of the Athletic, Roshan Thomas, James Rowe, hopefully would be able to join us, Dutch expert. We've also got Chris Bowden of Burnley coming to join us as well. So yeah, we've got a jam-packed, busy day. Hope the guys will be joining us at 10 o'clock. So while I get freshened up, grab myself a cup of tea. Thank you very much. I should have done that like a sort of someone's passed me it, like a done myself a cup of tea. Can I have a cup of tea, please? And then it just goes, oh, cheers, mate. Thanks for that. That looked pretty good, didn't it? That was actually my own arm. I'll try that again. So, you know what I could really do with? I could really do with a cup of tea. Oh, cheers, mate. Did that look like it was my arm? I don't know. I'm going to say it didn't, because this is my show, so I can say what I want. Where are we? What are we saying? Gareth Lewis in the house. What are you saying, my brother? I'm going to have a little chat with you later on, see how it's going on. At Man United. See, get your take on it. Alan Moore. Yep, Steve. Oh, you're telling the people in the comment section, Steve. Well done. Reminding them. Coben, nice to see you again on last night. Ashley Ryan. Had Ashley. I must do a little Q&A. Come on, let's use this little 10-minute Q&A before I actually have to wake up properly, and then we're joined by Alan Moore at 10 o'clock. Okay, feeling about incoming Arsenal's day. I think it's going to be busy, if I'm honest. Okay, let me just go through the teams, yeah? I'll tell you what, I'll go through the teams, and I'll tell you who I think will be busy today, and if there's any links. All right, let's just go through the Premier League. Well, Everton, they've just finished signing Ben Godfrey, so I mean, the Everton have done excellent so far in this window. In the top of my head, the two clubs that have done the best is probably Everton and Tottenham, and Everton have just absolutely smashed it. Aston Villa, I don't know of anything that they're coming in yet, but I'll speak to Steve and Simon on that. Leicester, not that I know of. Arsenal, Zinchenko's the one that we should be looking out for. Also, Soumani of Lille, we should keep an eye on. I wouldn't write Arsenal making off a last-minute dash for Dembele. Whether they'd be able to push Man United out of the way, I don't know. I wouldn't write off Arsenal going for Zaha, which would mean Reece Nelson going in the other direction on a loan. Thomas Partey, will they activate the release clause? We'll find out today. Personally, I think Arsenal are going to try and negotiate another deal. I can't see them not trying to do that, especially after trying to work with on the Lucas Torreira deal. But that remains to be seen. We've always said it's down to Arsenal to press that release clause. We have been told that he would press the release clause, but we've never put that out as a statement like that, because we don't know the situation with regards to pressing that release clause. I know that Arsenal will go and try and negotiate again. It's obvious. If they're doing what clubs do, they're leaving it late. We have to remember, although Atletico Madrid said they didn't want to activate the release, you had to activate the release clause. They said the same thing with Jimenez and Morata, and then they went back and after the clubs went in again, and they negotiated with Jimenez, tried to Man City 81 million. Man City turned it down, and the Morata, the one where Juventus came in initially for an offer, and they said you had to pay the release clause. They then retracted on that and then sold him for a fee. So who knows this late in the day? Atletico Madrid do need money. Arsenal have just done a deal with Lucas Torreira. So that's how you build up relations. Liverpool, from Jeremy Doku in January. Will they make a move for Ozan Kabak before the window closes? I don't know. Definitely, 100% Steve will be keeping an eye on that. My guy Steve. Spurs. I mean, I think Spurs have done absolutely brilliant business in this window. They've just brought in Vinicius to be a backup or competition for Harry Kane. From my understanding, I think Tottenham are probably done. I think they've done all their business. Oh, Skriniar is another one they may be bringing in. So keep an eye on that, actually. Sorry, Skriniar from Milan Skriniar from Inter. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Chelsea. It's been in recent days, over the past week, a midfielder is one position that Chelsea look like they're trying to bring in. Will they be able to bring that in before deadline day? There was talk of Thomas Partey making a move for Thomas Partey. I personally don't know if they are going to. But look, we know that the situation that Atletico Madrid are currently in, if they are saying it has to be the release clause, look, any club that are in for Thomas Partey knows the situation they're in. It's not a case that they could try and barter them down. I personally think that Arsenal are going to try and not necessarily go in there to take the price down, more so to do a structured deal on it. If from my understanding, Atletico Madrid are being punished for, not punished, but they've got the penalty for the furlough scheme, which means they can only spend 25% of the money they made. It would actually be in their interest to surely do a deal structured, so they'd be able to get that money, more of that money, as opposed to a lump sum of 50 million on straight away, where you'd only be able to spend 25% of that. So I don't understand their stance on not open to doing a deal. But like I said, my point is, if Arsenal and Chelsea want Thomas Partey, it's not a case of it's deadline day, are they going to try and charge more? Everyone knows the price is 50 million. You go and get him. Boom. No messing around. All right. Leeds, as I said, they're just looking like they're bringing in Rafana of Rennes, Newcastle. I'm not sure they're looking to bring in at the moment. West Ham, I know they've got to do a bit of business. Southampton, they just brought in Ibrahim Diallo. Yesterday, that deal was sealed. We're going to get Jerome to do a little bit of a little player profile on that one because I really rate him. And yeah, top. So I think he could be a top player. Crystal Palace, I feel like they're going to be doing business. They're one of the clubs that are sniffing around a few players. They are currently, Steve, I think he said it last night, Crystal Palace are potentially selling Andros Townsend to West Brom, with Theo Walcott being linked to Crystal Palace. So that's definitely one we'll be keeping an eye on. Wolves, they've been quite shifty with their transfer dealings. It's almost like no transfers, then book. So they could possibly be done. Manchester City are in for a striker. They're definitely in for a left back. One of the transfers we were on the top of from scratch. From a little piece of information that said David Gallagher could be playing in the Premier League in a few weeks. From that, we reached out to a few people, got it back that David Gallagher had been speaking to Man City. So that's definitely a deal that's not gone. But I think on deadline day, it'll be a deal that'll be too hard to get through at this later stage. So I definitely see them going for an easier target in Nicolas Tagliafico of Ajax because they've already agreed with the manager that he'll be one player that will be sold. So that's an easy deal for Man City. So expect Nicolas Tagliafico at Man City by the end of the transfer deadline day. Brighton possibly could be one of the clubs that are in for players. I don't know. Manchester United, the Jadon Sancho saga will end today. Thank God for that. It's been dragging. It's the annoying thing is it's a deal that was agreed essentially before COVID. COVID hit. Man United didn't feel that they had the money to still do that deal with the sort of incomings that they were getting. So they was hoping that Dortmund would be understanding, but they don't want to sell their player. So if you want him, you've got to pay the money. West Brom, as we said, Andros Townsend could be on his way to West Brom. There was also talk that Joe Willock could potentially be on his way to West Brom. We're going to be looking into that. I've not heard it from one of my guys, but I did see something floating about. So we will look into that as well. Burnley, there are a couple of teams, players that Burnley are looking at, but we'll speak to Chris Bowden about any of them that could potentially be coming in. Sheffield United, you never know at this latter stages. Sheffield United are a team that need reinforcement. They're yet to win a game this season, and the form that they had last season looks to have completely taken a nosedive. So I would definitely look for them to be bringing in players. And Fulham already sitting bottom of the league, already the bookies' favourite, the fans' favourite to go down. So 100% they will be looking to bring in something before the transfer deadline day. We've got 10 minutes until Alan Moore comes on. So please make sure you check in. Other than that, thank you very much. Peace out. Stay safe. We'll be back soon.